When people think about Central Florida, they usually picture roller coasters, palm trees, and suburban sprawl. But just a few minutes north of Orlando's downtown is a city that feels completely different. Historic, charming, and sophisticated. That city is Winter Park. And if you've been researching a move to the Orlando area, chances are Winter Park has already popped up on your radar. The question is, what's it really like to live here? Is Winter Park worth the hype, or is it just an expensive name with a pretty main street? Winter Park is one of the most unique communities in all of Central Florida, and in many ways it doesn't feel like the rest of Orlando. Instead of master-planned developments and endless strip malls, you'll find brick-lined streets, Spanish moss-covered oak trees, and a cultural scene that rivals much bigger cities. But like every place, it comes with both advantages and trade-offs, and if you're thinking about moving here, you'll want the full picture. So today, let's take a real look at Winter Park. We'll talk about the lifestyle, the neighborhoods, the daily realities, and whether or not it fits the life you're envisioning in Florida. Think of this as your relocation guide, the version you'd want if you were talking with someone who actually knows the area and isn't just repeating marketing slogans. Winter Park is located in Orange County, directly adjacent to Orlando. In fact, from downtown Orlando, you can be in Winter Park in about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on traffic. The city has around 30,000 residents, which makes it feel more like a tight-knit community than a sprawling metro. It's often described as one of the most desirable places to live in Central Florida, and part of that has to do with its size. It's small enough to feel manageable, but big enough to offer everything you need. The vibe of Winter Park is different from much of Florida. It's historic, it's walkable, and it's built around culture in a way that's unusual for this part of the state. At the center of town is Park Avenue, a brick-lined street filled with boutique shops, cafes, art galleries, and restaurants. On a Saturday morning, you'll find the farmers market buzzing with residents, many of whom have lived here for decades. That sense of community is one of Winter Park's defining traits. But don't let the charm fool you. Winter Park is also one of the wealthiest cities in Florida. Median household incomes are higher than the state average, and home prices here reflect that exclusivity. Lakefront estates can stretch into the multi-million-dollar range, while even smaller homes often come with a premium just for the Winter Park address. If you're considering moving here, you need to know upfront, Winter Park is not the affordable Florida you might see advertised elsewhere. What makes people willing to pay those premiums? Part of it is the setting. Winter Park is dotted with lakes, including the famous Winter Park chain of lakes, which connects 6 bodies of water by navigable canals. If you own a boat, this is paradise. Residents spend weekends cruising between lakes, docking at restaurants, or just enjoying the scenery. Waterfront homes along the chain are some of the most coveted properties in Central Florida. Another major draw is the cultural scene. Winter Park is home to Rollins College, a private liberal arts college that brings in concerts, lectures, and energy from its student body. The Charles Hosmer Morse Museum of American Art houses the world's largest collection of Tiffany glass. The city also hosts the Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival, which draws hundreds of artists and thousands of visitors each spring. For a city its size, the cultural offerings are remarkable. Day-to-day life in Winter Park is shaped by its neighborhoods. If you want walkability and charm, the historic downtown core is where you'll find brick streets, century-old homes, and tree-lined avenues. Many of these homes have been carefully preserved or renovated, and they come with character you won't find in newer subdivisions. The trade-off is price. Living in the historic core is expensive, and competition for homes can be fierce. If you're looking for something more suburban, areas to the north and west of downtown offer a mix of mid-century homes, newer construction, and more traditional neighborhoods. You'll still be close to the action, but you'll have more space and often a lower price point compared to Park Avenue itself. Then there are the lakefront estates, sprawling properties on the chain of lakes with private docks and some of the best views in Central Florida. These are showpieces often owned by executives, doctors, and longtime Winter Park families. Families are drawn to Winter Park for the schools. The area has some of the top-rated public schools in Orange County, and there are also private school options nearby. For many parents relocating from out of state, the school quality here is a deciding factor. Add to that the parks, playgrounds, and community events, and Winter Park feels tailor-made for families who want stability and tradition. For retirees, Winter Park offers convenience and sophistication. The walkable downtown, access to healthcare, and strong sense of community make it appealing for those who want more than just a golf course retirement. Speaking of healthcare, Winter Park has its own hospital, part of the Advent Health system, and it's minutes from larger medical centers in Orlando. That access is a major benefit, especially for older residents. Of course, no place is perfect, and Winter Park comes with trade-offs. The first is cost. Homes are expensive, property taxes are higher than in surrounding areas, and everyday living comes with a premium. If affordability is your top priority, Winter Park probably isn't the right fit. Traffic is another challenge. While the city itself is small, the roads around Park Avenue and the lakes can get congested, especially during festivals or peak hours. Parking near downtown is limited, and while locals are used to it, newcomers often find it frustrating. Then there's the issue of growth. While Winter Park values its historic character, it's still part of the greater Orlando metro, which is booming. Development pressures are constant. Some residents love the progress, while others worry about losing the charm that makes Winter Park unique. If you're moving here, be prepared for ongoing conversations about development, zoning, and preservation. They're part of the culture. So, who is Winter Park right for? If you value history, culture, community, and don't mind paying a premium for it, Winter Park is one of the best places to live in Florida. It's not the cheapest, and it's not the most laid back, but for many, it's the perfect balance of sophistication and small town feel within reach of a major city. If you're considering a move to Winter Park, this is where Find Your Florida Now can help. Our role is to connect you with vetted, expert local real estate agents who actually live and work in the area, people who understand the neighborhoods, know the schools, and can help you find a home that truly fits your lifestyle. Here's what to do next. Fill out our Florida Lifestyle Match form below, and we'll connect you with the right agent for your goals.